this show with me, your host Hajaratu Ayuba. On this first EP, I'm going to be sharing with you what is We're Lonely, what we stand for, and what exactly we do at We're Lonely. Also, share with you our current collection as well as this week's mental health theme. With that being said, I really hope you're ready for this conversation. Please share your thoughts and your feedback from this podcast on our social media handles on Instagram and on Facebook at We're Lonely. Let us know what you think about this podcast. With that being said, We're Lonely is a clothing brand. The first question I get is, why We're Lonely? What is there to wear with loneliness? As somebody who has actually fought depression over and over again, you get lonely. Once you have mental health disorders, man, you feel like you're the loneliest person on earth and there's just nobody there for you. So the main reason why we picked this name is to let people, even with mental health disorders, know that, well, it's okay to be lonely, whatever it may be. The best thing is to accept the fact that you're not okay and then to go for help. We're lonely does not just mean that we want to be lonely, but we're gradually accepting the fact that, there's just something wrong with us. We don't feel okay. We feel we are really left behind. We feel, there's just really nothing left for us here on earth. We believe that the first step to getting better is to accept. And for us, accepting is to wear the loneliness we feel and not be ashamed of it. So that is why we have the name We're Lonely. We're Lonely is a clothing brand in Ghana that advocates for mental health by creating inspiring mental health conversations through our collections of scarves, hijabs, head wraps, turbans, just mention it all. We believe modesty has the power to influence our key publics. We tend to leverage the power of modesty in supporting people. Together with myself as a creative director and other professionals that are working on the world, and we try as much as possible to create a safer environment for people who may want to talk to somebody. For instance, when I'm in crisis, the best thing that really helps me out is to talk to people. Like, if I do not talk to people, it's going to just get worse. So we try to create that enabling environment, that safe environment, that people that need to talk can just DM us either on Instagram or send us a direct message on WhatsApp and just talk to us. If you need help, we can definitely direct you to professionals who can actually help you get better. Also with students, we try as much as possible to link them to the psychologist in their school. We're not just selling scars, but we're also helping people to get better. We're also reminding people on the daily who they really are and how powerful they are and the essence they give to this world. Like, without them, this world is really nothing. This is who we are, and this is what we do, and this is what we stand for. So, moving on to our current selling collection, what we have on the table at the moment. It is so amazing. So the name of this collection is the Stone Collection, and it's a scarf, but the texture is fine silk, and there are a little bit of pebbles around the scarf, and the size is medium, and there are almost every color hue we want. I think my favorite is the peach color because it's so nice and it easily falls on your body. Like, it's awesome. So this scarf is actually going out for 35 cedis. If you like to shop this current collection, just send us a message on Instagram or direct message on our Facebook and on WhatsApp to order for your scarf, for yourself and for your loved ones as well. The theme of this current collection is good enough. Good enough because we really want to match the contentment, feeling and thoughts needed to support in recovery of depression. This particular scarf stands out for me personally as somebody that has been through depression, and every single day I fight to not go back there. I believe being good enough works for me, and I believe being good enough works for somebody who doesn't feel like she isn't good enough. And then moving straight to this week's mental health support theme. We're still using good enough as a theme for this week. So we're going to march along with good enough till we are done with the selling of this current collection. Not feeling good enough is a feeling, right? But for you to be able to get over it, you need to understand that it isn't a feeling, it's just a thought. You know the way you can easily shift your thought from 1 to 2 and from 10 to 20, from the bad to good and from the good to bad. Now, if you start seeing the feeling of not good enough as a thought, you are able to easily change that. Like, okay, well, I have this thought that I'm not good enough. I'm just able to just switch it and be like, okay, you know what, screw it, I'm good enough. A reminder is that let's start to see the feeling of not good enough as a thought, but not a feeling. So it helps us to overcome it as a thought. You know, usually when you feel you're not good enough and you start criticizing yourself, it's just from your head and from your mind. What happens is that your inner critic takes over. I've actually really read a lot around this topic because I'm really not a professional, so I try as much as possible that whatever I share with people, it comes from a professional space. So I like to give that out to psychocentral.com. You can just type psychocentral.com. They have a lot of articles for mental health and read it. But what I really learned is that when you're not feeling good enough and all that negative thing, it comes from your inner critic. And what I also learned is that your inner critic is not there to make you feel bad. Actually, it's looking out for you. An aspect of this is we don't really get it at all as humans. We are so dense in feeling so sorry for ourselves that a little negative thinking clouds our whole mind. Instead of feeling motivated and doing the right thing, you feel exhausted. Like, I'm tired, I'm not gonna go because my inner critic is telling me I don't look fly and I look ugly and stuff like that. Babe, girl, boy, whoever you are, stop feeling exhausted, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and start feeling motivated. Let's try to change the negative energy to the positive. I really believe you can do it. Like, it's so difficult to do, but once you gradually start. So if I have any bad vibe, I'm going to try as much as possible to turn it around into a good vibe, and I'm just going to go have fun, and I'm just going to live my life because, well, if you guys would today, thank you so much for sticking with us. Remember, you are good enough, and remember, anytime your inner critic tells you you're not good enough and all those negative stuff, you can just turn it into a thought and not a feeling, and try as much as possible to be motivated, not exhausted. So if you're going to ask, are not here to judge us. They are here to look out for us, and they are here to motivate us because sometimes they're scared for us. Sometimes try to argue with us today. Just send us a DM on Instagram, on Facebook, and on WhatsApp, or just call us on 0555 249855. Well, if you're not feeling good enough, please, you know what to do. Or just send us a text. Let's get talking. You know, you're the best thing. The